that species worldwide continue to disappear at up 1,000 times higher than the natural background rate of extinction. It warns that without concrete action, massive further loss of biodiversity is projected to occur. With this in mind, I am glad to say that there are very few places so dedicated to the fight to save life on Earth as the island of Vilm. The International Academy for Nature Conservation on Vilm assembles people from all over the world in order to search for innovative solutions to the global biodiversity crisis. We at the Secretariat of the Convention on Biological Diversity are extremely grateful to Germany for its extraordinary contribution toward the implementation of the important multilateral agreement. This is, of course, the Convention on Biological Diversity that we in the Secretariat like to name the Convention on Life on Earth.
The island of Vilm in the Baltic Sea. Wild cliffs, untouched beaches and woodlands uncultivated for nearly 500 years. Since 1990, this unique place has been home to the International Academy for Nature Conservation, INA, part of Germany's Federal Agency for Nature Conservation, BfN. Vilm is one of Germany's most remote places. This very remoteness makes it a unique meeting place for the international conservation community. Scientists and conservationists from all over the world gather here to explore solutions to the urgent problems of nature conservation.
Deutschland hat besondere Verantwortung im Naturschutz. Das gilt.
Germany has special responsibility in nature conservation. This applies both within our borders and of course beyond them too. As a country, we are members of many different international bodies and international conventions. We take our obligations under these very seriously. The International Academy for Nature Conservation is a key communication platform for our organization, the Federal Agency for Nature Conservation, BfN. And it is likewise a key communication platform for German nature conservation as a whole. Exchange of experience, international dialogue, formulation of policy recommendations and alternatives, a capacity building, these are the Academy's great strengths. This all makes us very proud to see the International Academy for Nature Conservation become so well established in international conservation over the past 20 years. The statistics speak for themselves. In the 2 decades since 1990, the island has hosted some 1,200 conferences and other events. We have welcomed around 26,000 guests from over 160 different countries. As these figures show, the Academy has become a major force in international nature conservation.
Ländern kommen und das spricht doch für sich und zeigt, die INA ist eine feste Größe im internationalen Naturschutz.
Vilm has seen the birth and development of numerous ideas. The idea of creating marine protected areas in the high seas was first set in motion at an international workshop on film in 2002. Since then, a lot of hard work on legal and conservation aspects of marine protected areas has led to the first of such areas being created. Marine nature conservation is in fact a key focus for the Academy generally, not least thanks to close cooperation with the Marine Nature Conservation section of BfN, which is also on film. The Academy's geographical focus is Eastern Europe and Eurasia, a region of great natural diversity that is severely under threat due to the political and economic upheavals of recent years. Since the early 1990s, INA has promoted nominations of World Natural Heritage Sites and helped develop effective nature conservation in the region. Besides supporting World Natural Heritage Site nominations, INA also organizes many training courses and workshops to help improve overall protected area management. Just as nature knows no boundaries, the Academy works with partners from all over the world. Film is a meeting place and platform for generating ideas, transferring knowledge and developing new methods for nature conservation and for people everywhere. Key decisions affecting nature conservation in Germany and around the world have been adopted on film. These include the methodological basis for implementing the EU Habitats Directive in Germany and the formulation of worldwide standards and criteria for sustainable wild collection of medicinal plants. Film has seen the development of nature conservation requirements for short rotation coppice energy crops and of preliminary ideas for a system to measure the effectiveness of national park management in Germany. New societal trends and their effect on perceptions of nature conservation are a further subject of in-depth discussion at INA. The International Academy for Nature Conservation is the ideal setting for work of this kind.
Vilm is a very special place. It creates a space where people can have dialogue and discussion about issues that are critical. It brings people here, and it leaves all of the rest of the other day-to-day work problems behind. And so it's a space where you come and you create knowledge and you identify ideas and you build a network and partnerships with many people you wouldn't ordinarily work with.
One of the Academy's main tasks is capacity building. Ongoing training for practitioners is key to successful and effective nature conservation. Professionals from Eastern Europe and developing countries regularly take part in workshops and training courses on film. INA has built up an outstanding reputation in this regard. On film, successful nature conservation is not just theory. It can be seen and experienced all around. The woodlands on film have stayed uncultivated for 400 years. Unshaped by human activity, they have developed entirely naturally.
Die Insel Vilm ist ein Ort, der seit
The island of Vilm is a place that has kept free of destructive influences since time immemorial, a place of quiet that invites concentration. Many conference visitors and guests say that they are amazed how quiet it is here, that all you hear are the sounds of nature, and how dark it is at night, that you can see the twinkling of the stars, something city dwellers have missed out on for decades.
dass man das Sternengefunkel erleben kann, was in Großstädten schon seit Jahrzehnten nicht mehr möglich ist.
Through to medieval times, the island was a holy place, and any cultivation would have been a sacrilege. Film's unspoilt nature inspired artists and poets for centuries. Film was made one of Germany's first nature reserves 80 years ago. From 1960 to 1990, it then became the reserve of a select group of people, a secluded retreat for the East German political elite. Following German reunification, Film became an island nature reserve once and for all, symbolic of our reverence towards nature and of the strength of Germany's commitment to international nature conservation.
Naturschützer und Wissenschaftler aus vielen Ländern
Conservationists come to Film from all over the world to develop an awareness together that we inhabit one world and we must work globally to look after
dass wir
it.
auf einer gemeinsamen Welt leben und
Some event series have become a firmly established tradition over the years.
zu arbeiten haben.
For me, these events take a special place in the annual calendar.
Sind fest etabliert über viele Jahre und zu diesen
They include the Film Summer Academy, which focuses on topical issues and challenges that are not yet a subject of debate, but are definitely on the horizon.
aktuellen Themen oder Herausforderungen, die noch nicht wirklich in der Diskussion sind, die aber in gewissermaßen in der Luft liegen.
Finding answers to tomorrow's questions today has always been an aim at the International Academy for Nature Conservation. The foundations for doing so have been laid over the last 20 years. Perhaps the greatest challenges of the decades to come are biodiversity loss and climate change with its impacts on biodiversity and hence on the resources we depend upon.
I think the biggest challenge that an organization like UNDP faces is making the case that protected areas are critically important for solving some of the social problems and the ecological problems that we have. On the one hand, we have unprecedented biodiversity losses. On the other hand, we have unprecedented social problems with poverty and adaptation to climate change. One of the biggest challenges is how do you link the importance of protected areas and biodiversity to adapting to climate change, to mitigating the impacts of climate change, and to alleviating poverty around the world.
Ever since INA was founded, conservationists from all over the world have gathered on film to discuss the consequences of far-reaching global changes and to work together to find solutions.
In dem baltischen Raum, wo wir wissen, dass sehr viele.
This is why the International Academy for Nature Conservation has such a large and important part to play. Here in the Baltic region, where we see so many factors coming together, working here so successfully to promote international nature conservation, attracting experts who deepen our knowledge and at the same time reaching people, motivating them. All this is a great accomplishment. And this is also why we need work of this kind, why we are happy that such capable experts gather here. I look on this as one of the great opportunities granted us by German unity. So I hope that the little island of Vilm serves as a symbol, a signal to act, that we always retain our awareness of the diversity of creation and the great possibilities of nature, not least for the well-being of 9 billion people. This knowledge and awareness is kept alive when participants leave Vilm. The International Academy for Nature Conservation on the island of Vilm. Ideas for nature and for humankind.
Wenn es die INA auf Vilm nicht
If INA did not exist, it would have to be invented. And Vilm would always be the ideal location.
Vilm in Frage.